Welcome back to Dial of Twang. I'm Dave. So, wanted to do a little bit of a follow up on the lesson the other day that we did with this backing track. And if you've worked through that, great. Hopefully, that's working out for you. And we talked about using minor pentatonic over this uh, simple progression and also targeting a lot of triad notes in there, the root, the third, and the fifth on each chord. So, this is going to be more of a demonstration. I'm just going to show you, a few kind of little maps that you can use to really, that'll kind of lead you to those nice notes. Um, and maybe not so much, technical explanation like the other video. But if you like this sound and this sounds like something that you'd like to get into, definitely go back and watch that one from a couple of days ago. And if you're with us for the first time, hang out and just see if there's something here for you, and check out other videos on the channel. So minor pentatonic, of course. Now our progression is B minor, couple measures of that, and then it goes to E minor, A, back to B minor. And that E minor to A, it's a pretty quick, it's like it happens in one measure. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Back to that kind of home base is that B minor. So B minor pentatonic, not going to do a lot of demonstration just on this, but, warm up. Get loose on that because that's going to work for you. Now, I'll leave that on for a second. So then we did some kind of accents of chord tones in that one, in the B minor, over that, but also within these. Okay, within those two chords. And I say within because those chord tones, are literally notes that are in those chords, the triads of them. But when you seek those out in certain ways, they sound almost like they're, a little more powerful than just a note that's already in there when you play the whole chord, right? So, like I said, the other day it really gets into this in more detail. But let's go to the licks that I played in the intro here, and I'll show you some pretty solid examples of those targets. Okay, so here's that. Play through that one more time, then I'll talk about it. That's over the B minor. Okay, that's just a few phrases, but there's a lot of stuff in here that you can use and apply it in more general ways. So, B minor. That little shape right there, very Clapton-ish. Work out on that. Just get that. Make sure you got that on your fingers. It's right in that B minor pentatonic blues scale. Right? It's right up and down the line there. This is a great little pocket and sequence of notes because when you start reversing the direction in different places, you could end on the fifth. You got the third in there, the minor third. You got them all right there. Then you got that one passing. So, put that track on. This will work well over the other chords also. but especially the B minor. That's kind of the timing I was doing. All right, now when it gets to that E minor to A, I'm starting on the 5th of the E minor, or I'm sorry, the 3rd. Okay, that's it. All right, the note's G. Now, the notes that I'm filling in there with, I didn't mention this in the video the other day because we had kind of had enough on our plate, right? But they're right out of this B natural minor scale, a diatonic scale. Diatonic meaning that there's 7 notes in the scale. Pentatonic, there's 5 notes in it. Okay, now you wanna, I'll put up a diagram here of this B minor. Want to get that under your fingers, right? Warm up on that a little bit. And, you're going to find some treasure just wandering around on there. Mix that in with your pentatonic or blues scale. See, there's some really kind of sparkly stuff in there when you kind of slow it down too. All right, now I like to do a lot of things. You can fret these in different places. Neat thing about guitars, there's always a bunch of places and string combinations and things that you can play something. I like to get where I have those sweet notes, those target notes, sometimes within a 1 fret difference there, because I like to do a lot of embellishments that are pretty simple, but they really add a lot, like. That's kind of the same as just going, but I'm pulling off the first time and then bending that up and back down. Okay, that really gives you a lot of depth and emotion in pretty simple ways. I don't mean that it's simple to just kind of integrate all this all at once in terms of your own language, but the mechanics of it, you want to just practice those simple bends and do it in a relaxed way. These aren't bends where you have to, torque your whole, upper body, to get it done, right? Really relax your shoulder and your body. Well, I relaxed till I just kind of fell, off my bike there, right? So, but that's the idea. And you can start doing that, hanging out and feeling more, holding on to some of those notes in your regular pentatonic licks too. And this track is a good, set you up for that. Now, that time I kind of went outside of like where the targets were and just kind of like, I'm just going to play that scale and see what happens. And it kind of worked, right? Probably wasn't as tasty as the stuff I did in the intro where I'd really kind of composed that, to hit all the right places. But that's basically what I did in that intro. If you go back and watch that now, is I'm either playing a pentatonic lick or one of those kind of box patterns like that. I'm actually using those for some of my main melodic phrases, or filling in with notes from that scale sort of right in line. Okay, and then, reverse your order and things and go slowly and, let some of that stuff ring out and put some delay on your sound, get a nice echoey sound. Now, I said plural when I said those boxes, right? Well, here's another one. I used that in that intro too. Now, that one I really like because it's. Just alternating these twos. You can also play right here. That's part of that demo that I did. Now, okay, so let's just real briefly, let's just talk about the notes in here. I'm starting on the third of that B minor and getting up to the flat 7 of that B minor. Okay, that's the that note there, right? The note's A. So that's a real tasty thing, but you can practice that too in sort of that kind of boxed out way. And then investigate the notes that, in the middle string. Boy, there is some good stuff in there. That scale. Now, that's a lot of material right there, man. It doesn't seem like there's not that many notes that we're using here, but you use those two. They both have that. I'm doing them with those fingerings so that they'll have that kind of, that similar, that identical mechanical motion, so you can really practice that. Okay. I have built those. This puts those chord tones in there for you. You mess around with those two shapes and you're gonna hit them. Then it just becomes a matter of which ones speak to you the best, which ones taste the best to you, and how you embellish those and hang out on them. And then you remember to, kind of keep your phrasing open and put some open spaces in there, and integrate your blues stuff and some of that B minor, natural minor scale. You're going to be all over this. Let me know how it goes. I'll talk to you soon.